Hello and welcome to the final chapter of my FE4 0% growth slow turn count playthrough. Unfortunately I had to undergo a hiatus because I needed FE to be promoted for this strategy. I decided not to re-record the run because it would be a hassle, and all that's changed is a bit of villager, allocation, a bunch of random chipping and super unreliable arena fights, so I didn't think that was enough to warrant a re-record, so sorry. Anyways, it's because FE needs to use her restore staff for the strategy to work. More on that later. I also, before recording, broke the prayer sword again at the end of chapter 10, so that it's ready to go for this chapter. I also don't want FE to be on low health, and you'll see why later, it's to do with AI. So I decided it was better to re-break it at the end of chapter 10. So you'll be surprised to see that Yehovah is actually buying something. He's contributing here. Oifi is unfortunately, he's not doing too much anymore. I mean, doesn't have access to a holy weapon. His stats are good, but they can't keep up against the endgame enemies at base, and yeah, so he has no more items anymore. Doesn't have the light sword anymore. Screw you who think it's Leaf's weapon. It's Oifi's cannon weapon. I have no idea what you're talking about. But he has things to do. And so essentially the strategy is an adapted version of the Nico video. 2-turn of this Castle Edda. Well, everyone knows how to 2-turn Edda. It's rather simple. You use a dancer, and then you just rescue Salsover and bum rush the castle. However, as you might have guessed, it isn't that simple on 0% growth. So that's assuming you have ridiculously strong Celis and Leaf, which they are always on normal playthroughs. But I obviously don't have that. They're pitifully weak. You've seen it. So this is another situation of a little bit of prayer abuse going a long way. So Celis has the prayer ring and Leaf has the prayer sword. So this makes it so that they can actually survive the enemy phase. And now you're gonna see Yehovah do something. Oh wait, never mind. Now you're going to see Yehovah do something truly amazing as he runs out and actually does something with a hand axe, with an axe in this game. He needs to do this chip because the attack speed of the silence users is actually pretty high because they aren't holding any weapons, so they aren't weighed down at all, Fire Emblem 4 weight. And Oifi can not double them at all. With the speed ring you might be able to with a magic sword, but the speed ring is needed elsewhere on Leaf because even with the prayer he still needs help dodging. So he need that damage so Oifi can finish off one of the silence I've used with the javelin crit. I could probably rig it so that they hit a mid and the silence staff users hit a mid and steady, the two people who are non-essential for the strat, but it's RNG based, so that would have made the strategy even more unreliable when it's already kind of unreliable to begin with. And warping Oifi back because he'll need to reposition for Dozel Castle. Such is how it is. There's a lot of running around, and just like the last chapter, that's the fun part of these endgame maps in Generation 2. There's a lot of stuff going on, lots of hectic scrambling, returning thing. It's great. So yeah, this is going to look almost suicidal because you'll think, well, can't the Lance users one-shot Celis? Surprisingly enough, they can't. For some reason, they're split between the Lance Knights split between going for Leaf and going for FE. I mean, not FE, Celis. And more than half of the time it ends up going for Leaf. I'm not sure why this happens because obviously one-shotting is better than two-shotting. Maybe Celis has better avoid because of leadership, but besides that, I can't really think of a reason. My personal theory is that because Leaf isn't supposed to be able to equip the prayer sword, the game registers him as as being unarmed, which somehow makes the AI targeting algorithm decide to go for him, but that's just speculation on my part, I don't know. And you'll also see that Fee is within range of the archers. So you'd think that she'd be one-shot, but with the Slim Sword she has a decent dodge range. She doesn't even usually get attacked because usually Leaf is knocked into prayer range first, which for some reason makes all the archers go to attack him. And I'm not sure why, because they could one-shot Fee. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I know why. They probably have a larger displayed hit on Leaf because his speed, I believe, isn't as high as Fee's, and she has a Slim Sword equipped, which means, and the AI doesn't factor in prayer boost to evade, so that's probably why all the archers attack Leaf, because they'll one-shot both him and Fee, and they think they have a better chance. Occasionally they will attack Fee, but they usually go for Leaf once it's knocked into prayer range. And about 75% of the time, the first Lance Knight, even though it could one-shot Celis, goes and knocks Leaf into prayer range. So now Leaf dodges a certain number, and now look, Celis knocked into prayer range. And he's completely fine. The boss actually does have a decent chance of killing him, but outside of Bryce, nobody can really harm him. He is put to sleep, it's terrible, but he dodges all of these meteors like a champ. So the next important section is the other place where I cannot have either Fee silenced or Lana silenced, so that's why I bring Amid and Seti out, so that one of them takes the other silence. The Fenrir tomes are at risk of killing Layla, but by positioning Amid directly to north of one of them, I think the AI was more inclined to use Jormung on Amid instead of attacking Layla, so that was good. Which is making the strategy, even though it seems almost suicidal and ridiculous, like pitiful units like Celis and Leaf should get slaughtered, it still makes it so that they're completely fine. Showing the ridiculousness of prayer in this game. And this is why I need to replay the entire game, so that Fee could restore this once to ensure that Celis can seize. So, unfortunately, the RN chain wasn't nice. This isn't the most unreliable kill, but anyways, skip until 9:30. I think you all know what's coming. And that is that. So this castle is completed in 2 turns without the rescue glitch that cannot be bettered. One of the last ridiculous kills to play through. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time.